It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Milwaukee, where the Bucks will be going up against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, this game will be a big challenge. Facing one of the top teams in the league, they'll need to be at their best to win it. Lamarcus Aldridge suiting up tonight. Great combination of size and skill. Question is, Kenny, can he be the backbone of a franchise?
Oh, we know he could score. And we know he's tough on the low box. He can step out on the perimeter. He is a superstar, but he's not the superstar. There's a difference. But he is a superstar.
You want to bring consistent effort and energy every night? Listen, when Aldridge is fully engaged, reminds me of myself, Kenny. Nearly unstoppable.
Wow.
Could you stop Lamarcus Aldridge?
I wasn't known for defense.
What were you known for?
Everything else.
Wow.
And wearing a lot of makeup.
Wow.
That wraps it up here.
I have acne problems.
They missed a spot over that whole big face. Thanks for joining us. See you later.
Point guard position at 6 foot 3 inches. Number 8, Matthew Dellavedova. At center, standing 6 foot 11, number 31, John Henson. Starting at the other guard, standing 6 foot 5, number 13, Malcolm Brogdon. At power forward, standing 6 foot 11, number 12, Lamarcus Aldridge. A 6'5" forward from Greece, number 34, Giannis Antetokounmpo. The head coach of your home team is Mike Belinelli. Once again, your Milwaukee Bucks.
The crowd is assembled looking for a Bucks home victory here in Milwaukee, and we've got it for you right here on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. The Milwaukee Bucks coming to this one following a loss to Phoenix. You know, guys, you hate to get embarrassed on your home court, but that's exactly what happened. It was a tough loss for them.
Yeah, and some of that loss was due to a lack of hustle, especially on the defensive end.
And there are games where an opponent gets aggressive. You got to raise your level of play. They failed to do that in this one.
Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. We've got DeRozan. Chris Middleton is out there with Medu. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's Gasol. And at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Dellavedova. His three-pointer's off the mark. Middleton against Antetokounmpo. Middleton the pass to Bledsoe. Spurs passing it around. And DeRozan kicks to Middleton. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Middleton's got the opening basket of the game for San Antonio. Brent, you played for 14 seasons. What kind of off-season training did you do personally to keep in shape?
I had a great trainer in Southern California that I would go home to every year and work on different things. It was funny, Kevin, because as you get a little bit older, you can be a little more specific with how you train. You understand how you're going to be used, the type of minutes you're going to play, so it can be a little bit more specialized. I'm not sure if I could tell you this, but I surfed a lot in the off-season.
Balance.
Core, right?
Core balance.
All right, good. Thank you. Check box.
Now, here's Brogdon. following the miss by DeRozan. Antetokounmpo, no good. To the paint. Medu passes to DeRozan. Stolen by Brogdon. Middleton against Antetokounmpo. Dellavedova. That shot off. Some solid defense from Gasol. Middleton looking it over. The pass to Gasol. Bledsoe finds DeRozan. Tries it from 19. San Antonio again missing. Bucks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Aldridge dishes to Dellavedova. The rebound by Medu.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
DeRozan's shot is good.
Coaching staff has to like that ball movement, and it began with Bledsoe.
Now here is Dellavedova. Guarded by Bledsoe. Dellavedova kicks to Brogdon. Connects from three-point range. Brogdon's got 6.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Medu. DeRozan passes to Gasol. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And Pau Gasol really on the tail end of what has been a Hall of Fame career. He's a 2-time champion, international star, nothing left to prove, but still manages to put up points with his sharp approach to the game.
Two shots.
That free throw missing. And with Pau Gasol, even after almost 2 decades in the league, Greg, he is still a very effective player.
You know, Pau just never seems to get credit for how smart a player he is. When he makes a play on offense, he knows exactly how a defense will react, what will open up, and what the best options are. Kobe knows just how great a teammate Gasol is, and Gasol's knowledge of the game really on an elite level.
And Pau Gasol still remains an offensive threat for this basketball team, expanding his range over time and still has that nice soft jumper.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Bledsoe taking his time here. DeRozan, that's good.
A fantastic move right there. Just that quick little reverse layup.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Over Middleton, and Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist from Dellavedova.
That jump shot looking better and better from Giannis. When he gets in the rhythm, becomes dangerous.
Bledsoe outside. Kicks to Gasol. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Pau Gasol, not the same player Brent he once was, but he still knows how to get the job done.
Yeah, 2001 is when it is that Pau Gasol came into the NBA as a very slightly built Spaniard for the Memphis Grizzlies, but the skill was on display from the very start. He's had a Hall of Fame career, a 2-time champion, and one of the best and most skilled players to play that position in the last 20 years.
And so it's Dellavedova. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Trailing by 2. Passes it to Gay. Dellavedova kicks to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Aldridge. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Movement in the screen and roll, finds some room, and once Aldridge sets the pick, you got to expect him to roll hard.
Now the pass to Gasol. Here's Bledsoe. Down low. Here's DeRozan. Over onto Antetokounmpo, and the basket by DeRozan. DeRozan's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I caught up with Greg Popovich. This is the first meeting of the season between these teams, and he stressed to his guys the need to rely on their instincts at the offensive end. He said, we do a good job of finding soft spots in defenses without forcing things. If we keep doing that, we'll be in good shape. We'll see if they can keep that up tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
As always, DA, appreciate the good work. So, guys, they want to see their shooting percentage high up there immediately.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean you're just hoping a few guys get hot. It means a commitment to finding good shots.
Well, they're very driven offensively as a team, so you don't have to worry about guys getting too lazy out there. They're just going to keep working and finding those open opportunities.
Baseline jumper. Gasol kicks to DeRozan. Shot clock at 5. Fires it up. And the Spurs scoring again.
This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Phoenix. Pass to Aldridge. Kicks it out to Gay. Lets it go with a 3. That one, no good. So the Spurs will take it the other way. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one.
Yeah, and they put up a goose egg last year when they played this team twice.
Now here's Gasol. Out to DeRozan. Shoots over Brogdon. And it's DeRozan missing.
I'd just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time.
Dellavedova with the ball. 9 points last game. Outside Aldridge. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. From deep three-point range, Gasol with the rebound.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
Yeah, he has that kind of range, but maybe not that time the best judgment.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. For 3, Brogdon. He can't get it to go. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
Never really perfect on the offensive end, and probably 1 or 2 possessions they'd love to have back, but on the whole, a tremendous synergy on offense.
Aside from one recent year, we've seen plenty of coaching changes. When teams come up short, do you think that position maybe gets too much blame?
Probably, and coaches know that's exactly what they're in store for once they sign a contract to coach a team.
Kind of money.
Yeah, all of a sudden they know that what happens on the floor, the end result is going to be whether or not I coach this team the next year and the year after and the year after. Interesting cycle of things that happens, though, Kevin, is when changes are made in a front office around the league, sometimes the managers want to put in a coach where they feel either a little bit more comfortable with or a style of basketball that they're more comfortable with. And sometimes the success on the floor for the coach has no bearing on whether or not he's going to keep his job.
Right.
Because management would like to see a different product out there. So they become a victim sometimes of upper management movement and sometimes are removed from being the head coach.
Good thoughts. DiVincenzo, guarded by Bledsoe. Passes it to Connaughton. Gay outside. Shoots over Pirtle. And that misses badly. Air ball.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
On the wing, Belinelli. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Now here's Bledsoe. Back to Belinelli. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Here's Connaughton. He's coming off a 13-point game against Phoenix.
He also did a masterful job in that game of drawing a lot of fouls, so he's creating havoc for the defense.
And here's Bledsoe, coming off a solid outing against Indiana. He kicks to Belinelli. Pass to Walker. Inside, deflects the pass, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
A brief check now of the stats for Bledsoe. Over the last 10 games or so, he's really shown up. He's around 18 points per game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
5 to shoot. Now here's Belinelli, guarded closer. The Bucks have gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. DiVincenzo stripped it away. Outside, Walker. Here is Forbes. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Back to Belinelli. From deep. The shot off that time. Milwaukee's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. They get the rebound. Got a piece of it.
And you got to give appreciation to how Poeltl punishes shooters. A dynamite shot blocker with impeccable timing.
Pondexter finds Belinelli. Now Walker still looking for his first bucket in this one. Back to Belinelli. From deep three-point range. No good on that one. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Over to the wing. Three-pointers. Snell now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And another momentum shift. These teams going back and forth all night.
Yeah, which team's going to find some consistency first? Neither one can pull away.
Now here's Belinelli. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Three-pointers. Snell. Belinelli pulls it in. Spurs trail by 3. Kicks it to Forbes. Back to Belinelli. There's the pass to Walker. Hits it from three-point range.
Great use of the bounce pass. Thumbs down on that one, Kevin. Tough to defend against.
We've got 1:18 left here in the opening quarter. Gay outside. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And Marco Belinelli, a player who has always been able to light it up from outside.
And Belly has been on so many teams in his career, but is always a wanted commodity due to his shooting. Very quick and easy way to add outside shooting to a team. He can honestly play a long time just on how badly teams need shooting in our league.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. .110 left to play in the first. It's stolen by Belinelli. Pass to Forbes from downtown, and again it's San Antonio with a 3. You talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
San Antonio leading. There's 42 seconds left here in the opening quarter.
Bucks foul call. That's his first personal foul.
Walker the pass to Pondexter. Walker taking his time here. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off target from three-point range. To the paint. Back to Gay. Over Pondexter. Shot's good by Gay. Gay's got the game tied up here for the Bucks.
Now this is Rudy Gay's game. Outstanding at seizing the initiative. and then looking to shoot once he catches the ball.
Walker with it. Passes it to Pondexter. Over Ilyasova. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. Tie game in Milwaukee. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been a challenge for many. Something he discussed before today's game.
The worst I've ever heard was my rookie year. A guy called me Antetokounmpo, and Kounupi in Greek means mosquitoes. So he basically said anti-mosquito.
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor. But that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Love the pace they're playing with. Anytime you can get your offense going without the defense setting up, you've got a huge advantage.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Up front you have Ilyasova and Henson. Then there's Tony Snell, and it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard. Milwaukee with the ball, following the bucket by the Spurs. Here's Snell. Belinelli is covering, and that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, we see new players coming into prominence for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Greg Popovich gives his veterans credit for accepting it gracefully and helping the young guys be successful. He says it's a tribute to their character and awareness. Kevin?
They certainly have established a great culture in San Antonio. Really something. DA, thank you. So it's the Spurs now, following the three by Milwaukee. Launches a three. Rebound collected by Snell. Milwaukee in the lead. With some arc. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is up and in.
Well, this is where Henson gets plenty of his points, trolling the offensive glass.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And Walker kicks to Belinelli. Back to Walker. Pass to Pondexter. Over Ilyasova. Pondexter, no good.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Well, just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
Here's Snell from the wing. And Pirtle pulls it down. The Milwaukee Bucks looking to move the needle with their new head coaching hire. If you're in that role, Brent, what changes do you make?
Well, I think the team just needs to find a little bit better cohesion on the defensive end. They tried a lot of things schematically last year that I don't think they were as connected as they needed to be there. And as far as personnel goes, they're really lacking some consistency from outside on the perimeter, their perimeter shooting. I know Tony Snell had a decent year, but there's not a lot of three-point attack from the Milwaukee Bucks. It makes it tough for them to score.
And Walker kicks to Pirtle. And the foul on John Henson. That's his third foul of the game.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his third foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
Madu, he's checked in for the Spurs. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Pondexter. Aldridge is covering. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Belinelli. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Antetokounmpo with the bucket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Spurs trail by 7. Here is Forbes. And Belinelli kicks to Pondexter. And there's the pass to Forbes. Now here is Pirtle. Defended by Dellavedova. Just 5 on the clock. And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Spurs. Chris Middleton's checked in for Pondexter. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Marco Belinelli. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Bryn Forbes.
Eric Bledsoe.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Spurs passing it around. 6 to shoot. Middleton finds Bledsoe. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Look at Milwaukee. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, there's the Celtics, 3 games behind.
And I think for Milwaukee, well, one of the big stories of the year. Already this team's been absolutely on fire, and it hasn't just been one game here or there. It's been a sustained effort.
Yeah, I don't think that's anything that anyone saw coming. You couldn't see it in the offseason or the preseason, but they've come out here in the beginning of the year and done something pretty special.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Well, with Kawhi Leonard gone, a new era for the Spurs. Even with the addition of DeMar DeRozan, San Antonio looks to be entering their most significant rebuild in decades.
Yeah, but at least they were able to get a star in DeRozan. Now, I would call it more of a reload than a rebuild for the Spurs. Still a lot of talent to work with on that roster.
Now here's DeRozan. He had 31 points in the win against Indiana.
Defensive mindset tonight was huge. He was a real pest coming up with all those steals and had great activity.
Spurs trail by 9. Now here's Middleton. 14 points from him the last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Pass to Medu. Over Aldridge. San Antonio again missing. Here's Dellavedova. Here's Henson. And John Henson with the slam.
Well, a big reason why Dellavedova is out there is because he can see who's available.
San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Shots good by Bledsoe.
And with that basket, he puts a stop to the 13-0 run there by Milwaukee.
Dellavedova kicks to Aldridge. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That's his first foul. Feeds it to Antetokounmpo. Here's Dellavedova, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And doing a really solid job getting that ball inside. Much more of a physical presence here in the second.
One shot, find the lanes.
That free throw, good from Dellavedova. Brent, we have bigs playing a different kind of game in the NBA now.
Yeah, it feels like skill is taking over, and even last year in the playoffs, so much talk for us about the idea of not being able to play a big center, right? Not being able to play a post-up center or a rim-protecting center. These players have to be mobile, they have to be able to set screens and roll down the lane, and they have to be able to switch out, most importantly, defensively to guard the most talented scorers in the league. So the center position is now becoming a more skilled position where teams take their best four-man and slide them down to the 5, a la a Draymond Green or sometimes Giannis with Milwaukee, to make sure that they can make the most impact while they're on the floor.
Good example. And Brent, you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's slashing game, standing, maybe a hair under 7 foot tall. How do you even put it into words?
Well, it's hard to imagine a more perfect frame for today's game in terms of getting in transition, having a versatile offensive game, putting it down, getting to the rack. You know, the one thing that we're anxious to see is whether or not Giannis will develop the type of range from the three-point line that makes it respectable. Other than that, he's pretty much unstoppable.
The first one falls.
Well, the Bucks, this is a franchise that for a long time just was treading water and chasing after a 7th or an 8th seed on the back end of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Not so much anymore. With Giannis Antetokounmpo leading the charge, the opportunity for the Bucks to do some damage in the playoffs is here.
And he can't hit the second. And there's always pressure when you have a superstar player, Brent. And the Bucks are trying to capitalize on that window right now.
And I think Giannis, even though he's young, understands that great players are judged on how far they can push their teams. What type of postseason success can the Milwaukee Bucks have around what it is that Giannis can bring to the table? He wants to retire in a Bucks uniform. He said that before, but winning makes that decision a lot easier. And maybe with the coaching change, they'll get there.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Malcolm Brogdon, the son of a lawyer and a college dean, no less. His maturity and thoughtfulness certainly reflect that upbringing.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
First free throw is good. And with the way Brogdon conducts himself, some teammates call him, Greg, the president.
Yeah, he has an air about him. That he has that leadership quality and has a goal to create an NGO to alleviate poverty and hunger in developing nations. Who knows? Politics might not be out of the question for this young man.
And so he hits both.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Bledsoe outside to the middle. And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 4 assists in the game. Dellavedova, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Fades back, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Antetokounmpo's got 11.
He's been on his A game, seeking good shots, and he's a huge reason why tonight they're winning.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Well, the Spurs organization has done an incredible job for so long, and Pop's consistency, along with his relationship with R.C. Buford, the way that they've scoured the globe to go out and find talent. They've both done this at the highest level and are trying to be emulated by most every other team in the league.
And the Bucks making a change here. Gay's checked in.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
And what's really amazing about Popovich, how well he does each aspect of each job.
Well, he's a terrific talent evaluator. He trusts the opinions of the guys who have gone out and done the scouting and the type of player and the type of character that they're going to bring in. It's a full collaborative effort. And then once they're in the fold for San Antonio, they do such a great job of developing players to fit their very intricate X's and O's schemes.
So it's San Antonio now. It's an 18-point game. Passes it to Medu. Middleton against Antetokounmpo. Here's Gasol. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Don't see it often, but when Powell gets aggressive, he can be effective. So great at drawing contact right there on that shot.
The Spurs have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. Good on the second free throw. And the Spurs now in the post-Kawhi Leonard era of the franchise. Greg, how do they recover, do you think?
If any team can survive losing a player of Kawhi's caliber, it's got to be the Spurs. They have good depth, got a good return in the trade, and players will step up. Won't be the power they once were for a while, but they'll rebound in no time.
You know, he didn't score the ball much in the first quarter, but he has been really, really solid during the second quarter. I expect a big game from him now.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's been a go-to guy for them when they've needed offense. He's averaging 19 points a game. Gasol dishes to Bledsoe.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Here's Brogdon. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Goes back up, and the layup is good. Antetokounmpo's got 13 points.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Pass to Medu. Aldridge against Gasol. Dishes it to Bledsoe. Shot clock at 6. Out to DeRozan. Another shot. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's Antetokounmpo. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. 15 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Right side, Gasol. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 9.
Lunch pail work there from Gasol, pounding the ball through the basket over the outstretched arms of the defense.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, the Bucks with the superstar talent in Giannis Antetokounmpo, the critical decision this summer for selecting a new coach came down to a very qualified one in Mike Budenholzer. And with all the options out there, 9 coaching changes, I think that Bud saw the opportunity in Milwaukee as being a great one to push this team a little bit forward. The talent on the roster, tantalizing enough for him to head to Milwaukee after his stint in Atlanta.
The first one falls. And Mike Budenholzer, the 2015 Coach of the Year, 4 titles, Brent, as an assistant in San Antonio. How do you like the fit for him now in Milwaukee?
Well, I think that the players are going to really enjoy the attention to detail that Coach Bud and his entire staff who are coming with him will put into place. There's an efficiency with which they'll get the work done, and they're going to have to be thinking on their feet, learning a new offense and some things fundamentally on defense that he'll get them excited about.
Now here's Bledsoe. He kicks it to Gasol. Outside DeRozan. Here's Walker. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts. There's 1:47 left here in the second. The pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's Connaughton. Takes a 3. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And you want to talk about high-volume scores. Just look at what DeRozan's doing tonight. He's been on a mission, putting his mark on this game in a big way.
Tony Snell's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for San Antonio. Belinelli comes in for Eric Bledsoe.
One shot.
And last summer, after 9 terrific seasons in Toronto, DeMar DeRozan traded to San Antonio.
And guys, you have to feel for the sudden change for DeRozan. Gave Toronto some of their best years. At the same time, happy that DeRozan has gone to an organization that has proven success over the years.
Well, the balance that Rudy Gay has, outstanding job at staying in control, even when getting hit.
Walker finds Belinelli. Back to Walker. Jacks up a three. It's hauled in by Ilyasova.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Spurs trail by 18. And here's Walker. He has 5. The dish to Belinelli. Over Gay. The kick out to Walker. Pass to Pondexter. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Clock at 6. There's the triple. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got 8 points.
Yeah, his shooting has been on target here in the second frame after not being able to get anything going in the first.
Now Ilyasova shoots over Pirtle, and a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. And so we wrap up the first half. Bucks lead by 15. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We didn't make shots.
Thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He ended up with 17 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Well, they struggled in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Welcome back to the Great Lakes. We're back on the shores of Lake Michigan here in Milwaukee, and the buildings in the background at Sunset in Wisconsin. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really value each possession.
Efficient so far with the shots that he's taken. His contributions have been fantastic.
And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for San Antonio. Down by 15. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. On the court for San Antonio. DeRozan out there with Bledsoe. Then it's Pau Gasol. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Medu in at the power forward position. 4 on the clock, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Averaging 41 points and 8 rebounds. And he's a threat to go off in any game from anywhere.
I love it when guys tap back into that gift. All these guys at some point were that kind of player in their career. Fun to see it show up here.
A floater. Dellavedova, that's good. Dellavedova's got his team on the board first here in the second half for Milwaukee. Spurs trail by 17. Pass to Medu. Kicks it to Gasol. Bledsoe outside. To the inside. Here's DeRozan. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got his 6th assist on the night. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Pass to Henson. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Gasol covering. Gasol with the steal. Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. Shoots over Brogdon. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Dellavedova scanning the floor. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing, defended by Middleton. Just 3 to shoot. Aldridge, no luck. Spurs trail by 15. Outside DeRozan. Gasol kicks to Middleton. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Bledsoe against Brogdon. Bledsoe passes to Gasol. Back to Bledsoe. Shoots over Brogdon. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Milwaukee leading by 15. Dellavedova finds Aldridge. And there's the pass to Antetokounmpo. Got a piece of it. 5 on the clock, and the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
And so it's Milwaukee now. DeRozan against Brogdon. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. The rebound by Medu. Spurs trail by 15. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
To the paint. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
It's a huge night for Giannis Antetokounmpo at the offensive end of the floor. That length and athleticism just proving to be too much for any defensive scheme.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
And a look here at the shot chart for Antetokounmpo.
Well, that is what it looks like when you are in the zone. He's been very efficient with his scoring and is leading the way for his team on offense. With every make, you can see the confidence growing. And I don't think he'll slow down anytime soon.
And DeRozan kicks to Bledsoe. Medu passes to Gasol. Brogdon against Bledsoe. And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Bledsoe. DeRozan's got 17. Brent, for as long as Coach Popovich has been at the top of this game, what really is there left to say?
I don't think there's much more you say on a professional level, but there's a lot to be said about the compassion and the things that Pop has done on a personal level for years behind the scenes, championing guys on his staff, supporting not only current players but former players on his team. The interesting thing for Pop the last couple of years is just how outspoken he's been in terms of the equality, not just around the NBA, but around our nation, and some of the statements he's made that have garnered a lot of political attention. Greg Popovich not afraid to express some of the things that maybe deep down we all believe in.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And another display right there of Gasol and his touch. Just amazing at hitting some tough shots over pretty stiff defense.
And with DeRozan getting traded, he said he felt backstabbed by Raptors management after they said he wouldn't be traded. At the end of the day, people will do what's best for their own position, whether they're a GM or a player. But you better believe they'll love DeRozan in Toronto forever, no matter what jersey he wears.
And so it's Dellavedova. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Bledsoe with it. He kicks it to Gasol. Over Henson. It's Gasol missing.
Just doesn't seem to be shooting it with confidence, and his shots are going all over the place in this period.
And Gasol sends it back.
Got to respect the reach and length of Pau Gasol. Outstanding job of skying up for that rejection.
Shot clock at 6. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Bledsoe outside. Gasol against Henson. Bledsoe outside. That three off the mark.
Just a little lackluster so far with his effort. He's been very limited due to his poor shooting.
Dellavedova finds Antetokounmpo. Back to Dellavedova. Right side Aldridge. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. Aldridge has got his third basket of the night.
What awareness. Shot clock winding down. Lamarcus with a bailout.
Bledsoe passes to DeRozan. Here's Gasol. And that one hits back iron.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yep, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Now here is Dellavedova. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by. Pass to Aldridge. 13 feet away. And he hits the jump shot. Aldridge has got 4 points in the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And many thought Lamarcus Aldridge was on a downswing in his career, but boy, were they wrong.
You know, Aldridge silenced a lot of critics with his play last season. I mean, in a league that has very few great low-post players, he demonstrated he's still one of the best. Has so many moves and tricks in his game, and when he gets the ball down low, the defense really has very little to do with it.
Here is Bledsoe, following the basket by Lamarcus Aldridge. Basket, good. Bledsoe's got his second bucket.
Bledsoe likes to get to the interior. That time, a good job getting near the bucket to score.
Antetokounmpo against Belinelli. And that one is good. And that's now 27 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now here's Bledsoe, defended by Dellavedova. Bledsoe kicks to Belinelli. The three. The rebound by the Bucks. Ilyasova's got 4 rebounds in this game. Now here is Dellavedova, guarded by Bledsoe. It's stolen by Belinelli. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And Forbes kicks to Bledsoe. Passes to Purtle. And here is Belinelli. Just 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. The rebound by the Bucks.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And Ilyasova throws it down.
And when Ilyasova gets in at the rim, the only thing that's on his mind is how he can finish on a play like that.
Here's Bledsoe following the bucket by the Bucks. Pass to Medu. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Dellavedova kicks to Antetokounmpo. The rebound by Medu. Medu's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Now the pass to Forbes. Bledsoe outside. He dishes it to Belinelli. Back to Bledsoe. Fires the 3. Hits it from 3-point range. Bledsoe's got 7 points in the game.
Eric Bledsoe continues to work on that range to get more consistent. That time knocks down the 3.
Dellavedova kicks to Ilyasova. Aldridge. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 5th rebound in this one. It's deflected. Here's Connaughton. The 11-footer, and too long on the shot.
Oh, just incredible, that spin. Shook him loose from the defender, but he just couldn't gather his balance there to follow through with the shot.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 7, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. Both teams deciding to change it up. .158 left in the 3rd. Walker dishes to Pondexter. 6 to shoot. For the 3. Trains the 3-pointer. 11 points for Walker.
Just like to see the defense get more aggressive. They are asking for trouble as they're giving up open looks to this point.
DiVincenzo. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And the Bucks lead by 20.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Here is Forbes. Kicks to Walker. A 3-pointer off the mark.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
The Bucks have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. Malcolm Brogdon's checked in for the Bucks. The Spurs also with the sub. Chris Middleton's checked in for Bryn Forbes.
One shot.
We've got 1:08 left in the 3rd quarter. Now here's Walker. He's got 11. He kicks it to Belinelli. Rebounded by Snell.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
Pass to Gay. Here's Connaughton, defended by Middleton. Gay scanning the floor. And poor shot selection there, not a high percentage look for him. Outside, Walker. Middleton on the wing. Stolen by Brogdon. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Connaughton. No good off the front iron. With one on the clock, that shot is off. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. And we'll be back with you shortly.
18. Oh, 18. 18.
Let's listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team in the huddle.
Let's do it again for this quarter, 0-0. Same effort, same mentality. Keep pushing it. Keep moving the ball. Keep cutting.
Well, Mike likes how they're working the ball right now.
And, you know, Coach highlighted, it's a brand new quarter. They need to play with the same fire.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Tony Snell is out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. Then it's Ilyasova. And it's Brogdon in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Passes it to Snell. Guys are slimming down, it seems, Brent, to play at a faster pace. And we hear more and more players are using a plant-based diet now.
Vegan-style players.
Maybe not quite to that extent, but they are certainly very, very cautious about what they're putting in their bodies.
I think we just hear more stories about some of the things that players are trying in order to get themselves to their athletic peak. And one of those things, of course, one of the most important things is the fuel that you're going to put into your body, because that's your only tool. So I think guys just pay a little bit more attention to how it is they're feeding the system.
And the Spurs with possession here, following the bucket by the Bucks. Now here's Walker, defended by Dellavedova. Outside, Belinelli. Gets hauled in by Ilyasova.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
The shot by Brogdon, no good.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Walker's shot is off. Milwaukee leading by 21. In the corner, Snell with it. From outside, off the mark.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
Outside, Walker. Five on the clock. 11 feet away. Bank shot, no good.
And when he's this close, he's got to make it. The defense was pretty good, but just shouldn't miss that.
And the basket is good. Brogdon's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, maybe the shot selection in the first half took him out of a rhythm, but in the second half, he's making everything.
Outside, Walker. Dishes it to Belinelli. And here is Pondexter. From deep. Rebound, Milwaukee. Gay's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Snell. And that one's on target from the wing.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Spurs. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Well, we know that Dr. James Naismith came up with the idea when he was teaching at the YMCA. But as far as skill development, Brent, some feel that maybe in the skill categories that the USA has fallen behind a little bit. Do you agree?
I think what the United States is doing on that level between your late grade school years and AAU programs in particular and your high school years, that they're trying to address this issue and get ahead of it a little bit. For years, there was a 10-year or 15-year gap about European players being schooled and being in institutions where they were basically young professionals from the age of 12 to 14 having school and basketball and being at a facility for just those things specifically. The last few years, there's been a lot of concern with players being more adept and more skilled here in the States. The change is coming.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Gay. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one on Jakob Poeltl.
Well, nice to see that kind of mobility back for Rudy Gay, attacking that time and the defense on its heels.
Shooting two.
The first free throw is good. And Rudy Gay, Greg, has always been a fantastic scorer since he came into the NBA.
And Gay doesn't do as much scoring as he once did, but he has become more efficient. Doesn't have plays ran for him, gets looks through his instinct. And as he's gotten older, Gay has become even more crafty with how he scores.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. One team owner proposed that we should abolish the draft and have free agency for rookies, maybe giving lesser teams a bigger pool of money to spend. Just some of the ideas these teams and the league is throwing out there.
Well, that's an interesting idea. The one that I heard about last summer was in Houston trying to flip-flop free agency and the draft so that all of a sudden what you can do is draft players after it is that you've made all your free agent acquisitions, so you could draft positionally. You know you're set up for your team next year. And the more I've thought about that, Kevin, coming into this season, the more I like it. So we'll see what kind of traction that gets.
Here's Dellavedova following the score by DeMar DeRozan. They double him with Middleton. Henson in the corner. Pass to Ilyasova. Bucks passing it around. 5 to shoot. Here's the teardrop, and it's finished off by Dellavedova as he lays it in.
Sometimes hard to figure out when Delly's going to shoot the floater or throw the lob. That time, he goes with the floater.
Poeltl, the pass to Gasol. Shoots over Henson. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Look, Pau Gasol is a big guy. Even when the D is up on him, he knows he's got plenty of room to still get that shot off.
And Gasol comes to help. Stolen by Bledsoe. The pass to Poeltl. Kicks it to Gasol. Bledsoe outside. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go from the wing. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Now Dellavedova. Pass to Gay. And that's going to be a travel. Here's a look now what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On Monday, they'll tip off a road trip in Charlotte where they'll take on the Hornets. And then on Wednesday, the Chicago Bulls come into town, tipping off a homestand for them.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
And DeRozan with the basket on the assist by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 9 assists now tonight. Milwaukee leading by 17. Brogdon with it. The teardrop falls in. Brogdon's got 6 here in this quarter.
Brogdon inside, never rushed, effective with the soft touch.
Gasol kicks to Bledsoe. He's looking for Middleton and finds him.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Here's Dellavedova. Passes it to Henson. Pass to Brogdon. It's deflected. They get it back. Dellavedova misses off the right iron. Here's San Antonio. They're on a 13-5 run. And DeRozan throws it down.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys in the bench. They are pumped up. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. The shot by Middleton, wide open. No good on the triple. And it's Dellavedova with the ball. He brings it up for Milwaukee. The lead is 15. He kicks to Ilyasova. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova.
That's a good example of the scoring mentality that Ilyasova has. When the ball comes to him, the first thing he checks is if he can get a shot off.
Now here is Pirtle. Gasol's in the post, defended by Henson. DeRozan against Brogdon. From about 16, and it's San Antonio with another.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Dellavedova kicks to Henson. The pass to Brogdon. And it's off from three-point range.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Bledsoe comes over to help. Stolen by Bledsoe. And the Spurs pushing it up now. He feeds it to Middleton. Outside for Bledsoe. Back to Middleton. Down low. And Bledsoe with the stuff.
And when Pirtle sees one of his guys wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
Now here is Dellavedova. Brogdon finds Henson. Teardrop shot. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And doing a really good job here of pounding it inside in the second half. Sound strategy with the lead.
Well, there's one thing the Bucks have, and that's an abundance of players with tremendous length. It could make it very difficult on offenses to try to find lanes and gaps and seams to get in there and score. So the tighter they are defensively, the more disruptive the Bucks could be.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks.
Mind the lanes.
Lamarcus Aldridge is checked in for Ilyasova. And Antetokounmpo subbed in for Rudy Gay. That free throw good from Brogdon. And the Bucks embracing the trends towards long, versatile players.
Yes, this idea of positionless basketball has been something that's been a construct of the Bucks and their roster through recent seasons. The key is translating that into a much tighter, much cohesive defense.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
He can't be stopped right now. The D looks like they're at a loss, and they have no idea how to contain him.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. Now here's Bledsoe. Medu passes to Gasol. Bledsoe outside. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. Here's DeRozan. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Well, you go in there weak like that, and a guy like Giannis with his length is going to throw it away.
And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Milwaukee leading by 17. Stolen by Bledsoe. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Medu can't hit.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
Man, what a missed opportunity there. Really just came down to some poor timing.
Now here's Antetokounmpo, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Brent, when you won your first championship back in 2005, you were inserted into the starting lineup in the playoffs against the Nuggets. What did that feel like?
Well, that was a lot of fun. I joked around a lot about I was replacing Manu in the starting lineup. It was very exciting to have that opportunity, and obviously that team that year going on to do great things. The goal we set out to do was win the championship. Mission accomplished.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
Well, a little bit each year, Giannis gets fouled at a higher and higher clip. That shows about how much more aggressive and how much more confident and how much more usage he's had through his first few seasons.
Both shots good from the stripe. 1:57 left to play here in the fourth.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And DeRozan kicks to Gasol. Shoots over Henson. The shot's good from Gasol.
Yeah, something Pau has had most of his career is that mid-range shot when he's got enough space. Shoots it with rhythm and confidence, and you got to respect his ability to score the ball from there.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Dellavedova. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
Bucket earned, out-muscling and out-hustling everybody for the rebound.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Milwaukee.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, he really contributed down there on the offensive end. Seemed like he was hitting anything he was putting up.
And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for San Antonio, trailing by 19. Kicks it to Gasol. Shoots over Henson. No good from Gasol. Well, this one is winding down now. Milwaukee can watch the clock run out. Now here is Dellavedova, guarded by Bledsoe. Now here is Dellavedova. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Rudy. Congrats on the win. What was working for you on offense tonight?
You know, I think our defense kind of got our offense into it. You know, we're that kind of team. Our defense makes our offense. We run the floor and we share the ball. So whenever we out there playing defense like we did today, we usually are in a good position.
Great performance tonight, Rudy. Congrats on the win. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.